yes, we are doing a Caleb Hammer video. Okay? We are doing a Caleb Hammer video tonight. But I found a particularly special one. I found a particularly special one of Caleb's. I happened to stumble across this, and I went, oh God, yes. Okay, Garrett, you're going to be feeling better about more than just your financial decisions. Because, chats, it is Caleb financially auditing Boogie. Boogie went on Caleb's show last year, and Caleb did a financial audit on Boogie. And as soon as I saw that, I went, yes, please. So, yes, Huck, yes, Kirsha did not do the one with Boogie. This is something totally different. Yeah, okay. All right, so apparently I need to do a little bit of backstory for people who do not know. This is Boogie, Boogie2988. He is one of the OG YouTubers. He started off as being just a lovable geeky gamer. Like a fat, geeky gamer, but he was also, like, lovable. And he became one of YouTube's most popular content creators. And then when he found popularity, and when he found success, and when he found money, he changed. And it basically became revealed that he was just basically a user. He was an asshole. He was a narcissist. And he also faked cancer. There's like a whole document, like Mike Klum did an entire documentary on him, which talks about some of his finances. But it wasn't an audit. So this is going to be good, I think, because I can't wait to hear all the excuses. So, enough of a lead up here. We are going to jump into this, and we are going to check out the financial audit of Boogie. So, chat, let's fucking go.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live again through the power of the internet. I am an old school YouTuber that was like one of the first to the market, going back all the
9 seconds in. So number one, that entry they just said, coming at you live from the power of the internet, that's his old intro. And of course, he had to put in that he's one of the old school YouTubers. He always has to talk about that, how he's one of the first YouTubers, that he's the old school YouTubers. He always has to do that.
Way to 2006 is when I started my YouTube channel.
Where are you based out of these days?
I'm living in Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is where I've been for 25 years.
So it makes like, so you didn't do the standard like, oh.
And by the way, I'm going to point out, because I've watched EFAP's videos on him, and Rags, one of the EFAP boys, Rags lives in Arkansas, and he says that it's not that expensive to live in Arkansas. That like things like power and living expenses, it is not all that expensive to live in Arkansas. Just to let you guys know. This is from a fellow Arkansan who has watched video the Mike Klum video and commented on it along with Mahler and Fringy and Metal. And you live in Arkansas too, Moose? Okay, so Moose, I may be referencing you on some of this if he refers to like it's expensive in Arkansas, and I may be coming to you for confirmation regarding this. Of course I know EFAP Squeaky. Of course I do. I know EFAP. I know Drinker. I know, I know about Gary. I know about Ryan Tindall, Geeks and Gamers. I don't really watch like Neurotic and his group. If I watch NBA, I'm usually watching Drinker and Muller and their crew. But yeah, I know about them, of course.
So things are starting to work in YouTube. Let's move to LA. Or I know that was a huge thing a few years ago.
I was really tempted to.
Wait, hang on. I missed
Starting
that.
to work in YouTube. Let's move to LA. Or I know that was a huge thing a few years ago.
I was really tempted to, but as I said back at the time, I was
right.
LA poor, Arkansas rich. Now that's changed a lot because Northwest Arkansas has the University of Arkansas, go Razorbacks. We have the home offices of Walmart, and Walmart did this really smart thing where they told.
Okay, hold up. Already. Jesus, we're only 48 seconds in. This is going to be a long fucking night. Arkansans in chat. Is he full of shit on this? That it's expensive to live in North Arkansas? Because that's what he just implied when he said that.
A few years ago.
I was really tempted to, but as I said back at the time, I was LA poor, Arkansas rich. Now that's changed a lot because Northwest Arkansas has the University.
Yeah, so he said it's changed where Northwest Arkansas is now more expensive. Moose is saying, fuck no, in very big capital letters. Okay, see, Moose, this is why I need you and any fellow Arkansans that might be in chat. Because I have a feeling he's going to be bringing up Arkansas-specific finances and costs, factoring into why he's broke as shit. Apparently, Mike, he's saying that Walmart put their HQ in northwestern Arkansas, so...
University of Arkansas, go Razorbacks. We have the home offices of Walmart, and Walmart did this really smart thing where they told every business, if you want to sell at Walmart, you have to open an office in Northwest Arkansas. So there's like 2,000 offices, small businesses built. We're the home of Tyson Foods. So if you're eating chicken in America, you're probably sending that money back home to us. And we're the home of JB Hunt, one of the largest trucking companies. And because all of those companies are there, including the Razorback games and all of this other stuff.
Okay. Are the Razorback games really that big of a draw? Oh, this may have been before he got the tattoo, Squeaky. I think because... I think this might have been before he got the tattoo. Because even after he got the tattoo and he fucked with it to try and make it look bad, you could still see discoloration or irritation right here where he got it done. I think this may have taken place before he got it. Hang on. Moose, did you answer? In Northern Ark, it varies from property to property in cities. Okay. But Moose, question for you and any other Arkansans that might have an answer for this. Are Razorback games such a huge fucking draw for people? No, Anubis, I don't think it wasn't a temporary tattoo. I think he actually went to a tattoo artist and got it, but afterwards he started using like peroxide on it to try and fuck it up. SEC football is big. Okay, I'm for any team, but LSU is college. Okay. For 6 locals, machinist. College football in D1 is insane money. I don't know what D1 is. Okay, but Moose, you're saying that it is. Okay. And that was just for my own personal edification because I didn't know. And I wanted to ask someone who lives there locally if Razorback football is a huge thing. And you guys say it is? Okay. Good enough for me.
You have the Walmart children, the Children's of Sam Walton spending money on the area. It's become a really expensive area to live in, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, that's the home of all that. But sadly, to be blunt, you're kind of the home of, I think, what every YouTuber fears, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The decline. Right. I think you went from, if I'm not mistaken, millionaire, correct? A technical millionaire.
I was close. I was really, really close. At one point, I had, and I mean like for 2 days, when I say close, for 2 days, I had about $780,000, $800,000 in crypto.
I was wondering if he was going to say that. Dude, you're so full of shit. He had $780,000 in crypto. He had, and I think it was Franny that put it this way, is that it was paper dates. Like he had $780,000 in crypto, but that wasn't actually in his bank. It was crypto. And because he left it alone in there and didn't put it in his bank, yeah, he had $780,000 in ones and zeros. Well, Hawk, no, it's not. But according to Boogie, it is. In Boogie's head, crypto rich equals rich. And what happened is when he got that bump in the crypto market, he was like, I'm rich, biatch. And so he wanted to act like he was rich. But he left it in there and then it all fucking crashed because it's fucking crypto. And crypto is the dumbest fucking thing you can ever put money into. So yeah, he had paper gains, not actual gains. So it was hypothetically rich. Actually, Anubis, yes, I will say yes and no. When the crypto market crashed, he lost basically what he put into it. Okay? So it's not like when the crypto market crashed, it reached into his bank account and ripped all of his money away. When the crypto market crashed, whatever he initially put in, yes, he lost. But that wasn't everything. That may not have necessarily been everything. He still had other money. And the problem is his money was going down already by that point because he had started to live stream. And when he started live streaming, the real Boogie started coming out and people hated the real Boogie. I remember seeing one clip of him where he's on stream. Someone gives him like a $5 donut. And I kid you not, chat. Somebody gives him a $5 dono. Apparently, this person that gave him the dono was black. I have no idea how he knew this person was black. But in the clip, he says, "Thanks for the $5. That's a lot of money for a person of color." Did he legit said that on stream? He legit, when someone gave him a $5 dono and it was, I believe it was the person was black, he said, "That's a lot of money for a person of color." And instantly you saw him internally in his head go, "Oh, fuck, I shouldn't have said that." And immediately tries to follow it up with, "Or is it, or is it not? I don't know, but look, I have a USB thumb drive that turns into a gun." It's, oh, dude, no. No, you're not backtracking off that. No, Zeb, what you're thinking of there is Darkside Phil. Darkside Phil is the one that received a donation in a foreign currency that only translated into $3, and Darkside Phil basically said, "Fuck you." Yeah, they're different. Boogie is bad enough. We don't need to ascribe it to Darkside. Ascribe it to someone else. But yeah, no, that was Darkside Phil that you were covering, that you were thinking of on that.
For 2 days, I had about $780,000-$800,000 in crypto. Went to bed one night and it was worth half that when I woke up.
What were you in?
So here's my biggest regret. I originally invested in Ethereum, and this was based on a few friends becoming Ethereum millionaires. And I had like an initial investment of about 200.
Again, were they real millionaires or were they paper millionaires? He said they were Ethereum millionaires. Okay, so their crypto was worth a lot, but it wasn't actually in their bank account. Because again, that's paper gains. That's not actual gains. You weren't getting dividends. It's not like the stocks where you get dividends that go into your bank account off of your stock trades. This is literally just ones and zeros on a computer screen that mean nothing unless you pull it out. Ethereum, David, is a crypto. It's one of the major cryptocurrencies. There's I know of two major cryptocurrencies, which is Ethereum and Bitcoin. They're what's classified as quote unquote stable coins, which means supposedly they are a rock solid, supposedly now. They are supposed to be a rock solid cryptocurrency. You don't see the massive market fluctuations that they can go to fucking zero, like we did with the Hawk coin and these other meme coins like Jack Doherty's coin that they get pumped up really fast and then they drop to zero. They're considered quote unquote stable coins. that there is supposedly a stable cryptocurrency. But again, the cryptocurrency is stock market 2.0. Stay the fuck away from it. Crypto is just stay far the fuck away from it. And anybody that tries to tell you crypto is the new currency, motherfucker, your bank account is cryptocurrency. Your bank account is ones and zeros. You use the money in your bank account digitally every day, all day, and the bank accounts are encrypted. So shut the fuck up with that.
$100,000. I put it in, and then it fell for the first time.
Yeah.
Like 200,000 went down to like 80. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't really need the money right now. I'm making money. I can live off of
How
that.
much are you making?
10 to 15,000, I think.
A month?
Yeah, in a month, right?
Incredible, yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, incredible wealth. More than you could ever hope to spend, right?
Yeah.
And eventually,
Oh, Boogie, no. We know you're spending 10 to 15,000 a month. You're easily spending more than that with half the shit you get. Here's the thing, like, for any of us, and I include myself in this, any of us, 10 to 15,000 a month would be fucking amazing. Absolutely. Like for you guys or me or a lot of fucking people, 10 to $15,000 a month would be absolutely fucking amazing to be making per month. Boogie likes to spend. He likes to spend money. So for him, he was burning through that $10,000 to $15,000 a month frequently. Yeah, on a great many things. I will quote for you, one for me, one for my hooker. One for me, one for my hooker. Because yes, Boogie spent a lot of money on hookers and magic cards. And I'm wondering if that's going to come up in this video, if he's going to admit to spending money on hookers.
eventually that crypto went up to past my investment point. Got close. If I held onto my Ethereum right now, if I had never needed to dip into it and I had not gambled on stupid altcoins, I probably have about 1.5 million in Ethereum right now.
Even still, like I don't even.
Yeah.
Okay, what year was that? What year was that?
The initial investment happened in 2000 and
Anubis, I'm pretty sure Des left. No, she did leave him with the crypto. I think she left him before the crash. I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure. I know he was into the crypto when Desi 1 left him. Because yes, his new fiance, he just proposed to her recently. His new fiance, her name is not Desi, but he has named her Desi. So he actually calls her Desi. So Desi number 1 left him at some point during the crypto. But I'm not sure if it was before or after the crash. That part, I don't know. And yes, Garrett, he is still with Desi too, and he has actually proposed to her. There was actually he actually did a put on video. I think I don't know if he posted it to Twitter or not, of him getting down on one knee on like a dock and proposing to her. And then like making a show of like fumbling the ring and falling into the lake. After he quote unquote dropped the ring. So, well, Atanashi, my theory is he fell in so hard he actually put a hole in the lake and the lake drained out into attached tributaries and it finally dried up and he was able to like crawl his way out because he caused the lake to drain. Well, David, it's D-E-Z-I, Desi, which I'm pretty sure is probably shorthand for Desiree. I'm thinking Desi, I think, is probably short for Desiree. I honestly don't know what his ex-wife's full name is, but that's my suspicion.
2019. Yeah.
Okay, how much did you put into Ethereum?
200,000.
200,000 in 2000.
The initial investment was in 2018.
God.
Okay.
And then the first market crash.
2018. Let's say you put it at the beginning. S&P 500 was worth 271. Now it's worth 458. It would have almost doubled to
If I put in like
400,000.
traditional stocks or
It's
traditional.
just the S&P 500, just following the market in general.
Yep.
Was there not a single person surrounding you? Was there not a single person just in your YouTube circle, in the family circle, who's like, dude,
I had the
you're
opposite.
making money.
I had the opposite. I had people telling me, you should invest in crypto.
That's always been his excuse too. His excuse has always been, I forget who the guy was. I feel like I can't remember right now who it was, but he's always blamed some other guy for getting him into crypto in the first place. Saying like, oh, this person convinced me to get into crypto, which, it was McJuggernuggets. It was McJuggernuggets, I think. He's always blamed McJuggernuggets on getting him into crypto and has blamed him and has blamed McJuggernuggets for it because of that, McJuggernuggets got him to go into it and then it crashed and he lost it all. So Andrea, at least not in the footage that I've seen. The footage that I've seen, I haven't seen him blaming XQC. It was like, I've actually heard him say that McJuggernuggets got him into crypto. Now, was XQC involved in some way? No clue. I honestly have no fucking idea if he was or not. That one person, though, is the one person I've heard him actually talk about in video footage as to who got him into it.
Everybody I knew was
Everyone
investing.
you knew.
All of my YouTuber friends, McJuggernuggets kid behind the camera, all these people.
Okay.
Right there, right fucking there. Yes, he just said it. McJuggernuggets and kid behind the camera. Yep.
Look, I've made millions from crypto. Nobody was telling me that it was too late in the game. Nobody was telling me that I bought Ethereum at $30 and now you're going to buy it at 280.
It wasn't even too late in the game. It's just like crypto's a gamble.
Yeah.
It's just straight up a gamble. It's like, I hardly
Yeah,
consider
it is.
An investment versus like traditional.
It's not, and it's not even a good gamble. Like cryptocurrency is quite literally the purest form of flipping a coin, because with stocks, you can actually base your stock purchases based upon what the company is doing. Is the company making great? Is the company that you are looking to invest in making great strides in medical technology? Is the company that you're looking at investing stocks in making film or TV, and they have had a really good track record about what they're making? It's causing your stock to rise. Is it some kind of like science company where they're working on GMOs and they've had great thing with GMO happening. And you can actually see that the company, which is the tangible thing that you are investing in, what they're doing, how well they're doing it, and are they improving, which would improve the price of their stock. With crypto, you're not buying into a company, you're literally buying into nothing. You're literally buying into nothing. It's just like, okay, I'm calling this fictional coin Fuck Me coin. Buy my coin. There's absolutely nothing behind it. It is not part of the business. It has absolutely no value because it's all ones and zeros from what I just typed in the name. Buy my coin. And that's it. That's what crypto is. You're literally doing a digital coin flip. Yes, 100% worse than junk bonds and is. 100%. Because again, crypto, there's no tangible anything behind it. Garrett, it's basically the coin's value rises and falls by people buying into the coin. By buying into the coin, that raises the price up. So you're going on the assumption that someone's going to buy into the coin to raise the price up, even though it is backed by nothing. Cryptocurrency is not backed by anything. And so you're literally just betting that the name alone will get more people to buy into the coin and thus raise its value. That's why it's basically a scam. Stay far the fuck away from crypto. It is gone way far away from the original stated intention that it is the new currency, and it has quickly changed from being what is supposedly the new form of currency to just becoming the new stock market. Only there's nothing backing it. And paper currency and coins are backed by but paper currency and coins are backed by, it used to be the gold standard. Now it's basically backed by, I forget that it's basically backed by the military these days. So paper currency and coins are actually backed by something. Or is it, okay, whatever it's backed. It used to be the gold standard. It's changed off to something else. But cryptocurrency is backed by nothing. Yeah, it's a fiat currency. So, yeah, it's through the Federal Reserve, which is basically based off of the military strength of the country, and so it did change. Originally speaking, currency was in the U.S. was based off of gold, and then they made the shift. So, there it is.
Okay. So,
I mean, not to make any excuses, but keep in mind, I didn't come from money. I'm the son of a coal miner, right? And so no one in my life was ever trying to teach me what to do with money or how to do it with money. So somebody comes along and they're like, look, I took my initial million and I turned it into 20 million. Yeah. You should do that too.
That's why I'm excited about this conversation. Yeah. Usually on the show, I just meet with random people who are either a part of the audience or they're off the street, and I just help them through the situations. You're an interesting case here because you follow the case of the professional athlete, the actor, the YouTuber. Yep. Boom, lots of money comes in. We put it here, we put it there, we spend it, it just goes crazy. Then we end.
Thank you, Phantom Giver. Thank you for the tier 1. And yes, Garrett, that is Boogie's shtick. You will find him as we proceed through this video. He will be nonstop excuses. I again, I've not watched this. I don't pre-watch. But based on Boogie's track record, he is going to be nonstop excuses for everything in this video.
Up broke. It's a traditional story, and that's why I'm so excited to have this conversation. Is because you just followed that path. I mean, what would you say you're worth today in total? Since you guys are so awesome for supporting me, I partnered with a company called Kudos to give some money back to you. So stick to the end of this to see how you can participate. Kudos is fantastic because they double the cash back you receive on every online purchase with a simple click of a button. On top of that, with their current holiday promo, you can receive up to 25% cash back on
squeaky.
Like
hell
Walmart,
yes,
Sephora,
he is.
And Priceline. That's
hell yes. Boogie is like one of the biggest bullshit artists around.
Credit card for each purchase, all with a slick browser extension or on your iPhone. So if you have
of
the different reward categories for each. All you have to do is add Kudos to your desktop or iPhone with just 2 clicks. Just shop like normal, and at checkout, Kudos will automatically appear.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what his expenditures are.
Free, and I personally use it. Again, free money. Why would I not? So far, they've helped 150,000 members earn over 100.
Kira, I think he already is. I turned it down for the ad steady. I pulled it down for the ad so I could talk, and I'm not talking over him during the ad. I'm not like struggling to talk over him for it. Well, Atsunashi, if he gets over the paper, then because Caleb usually asks for like paper receipts, so.
There's a live counter on the page showing the current grand prize total. So
he never got it, Total War. And if you get the he never got it. He was talking about getting the Tesla, and basically he ended up backtracking on that, saying that he couldn't afford it in the end because I think the financing was ungodly. And so he ended up backing out of getting the Tesla. So I don't think he ever actually got it.
The equity in your house is what's carrying you.
Yeah, that's everything. Yeah. My bottom line comes down to if and when I need to sell my house, I'll have a nest egg of probably $300,000 that I can hopefully invest smartly this time and live off of the dividends.
Squeaky, if I ever did a Boogie arc of my own, I would fucking hate myself. Okay, I've watched like the EFAP, like EFAP's put out multiple videos, like long form videos, like 4 fucking hour long videos where they're looking at like Boogie stuff, and I've watched them, And every time I watch them, it is an inspiration for what I should not do as a streamer. Every time I've watched the EFAP Boogie videos, it's like this is the blueprint for the exact opposite of what I should be doing as a streamer. Because I would fucking hate myself if I did what Boogie did. Absolutely fucking hate myself.
I would like to think I wouldn't screw up a second time. I wouldn't like buy crypto a second time.
Crypto, but like what next? Like, would you say
Boogie.
you've become educated on personal finance? Essentially,
I at least know not to do that. And I think the other
there's a lot more not to do.
I think the other thing to do is hire a professional.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Get that financial advisor in your corner. Yeah. That is like the key. Okay. Well. Okay. So I just want to start with the basic things for where we are today. YouTube. Ad revenue. That's the big boy. That's what's bringing in the primary cash monies right now.
And I showed you my numbers. I made about $44,000 in the last year, but
which gives us $3,724.
No, 44,000 from YouTube, and that's as big income. Honestly, for Boogie, that's not much. This is Boogie we're talking about. Like 44 and a half for the year? That's well, that's this year. That is what he's earned this year. It's not a month. It's not per month. This is for the year. He earned 44,000, about 44.5 thousand for the year. And yes, it's, again, this is for Boogie. For all of us, 44.5 thousand for the year would be fucking phenomenal. But we're looking at it from the perspective of Boogie. This is low for Boogie. Yo, dear, it would be if he actually knew how to control his spending and wasn't spending thousands of dollars on hookers and magic cards. So yeah. Oh yeah, he fell off big time. Big time. So yeah, I mean, just remember, when we're saying when I say like holy shit that's low, I'm talking about holy shit that's low for him. Given what he used to earn and what he spends his money on. Keep that in mind. I'm not referring to the average person. Okay, Atanashi, have fun.
A month on average, but we know a lot of that has to do with
huge
that big
spike came from this latest documentary, right?
Okay, the documentary linked below. Mike's awesome,
and that's
the Mike Lum documentary.
Absolutely will not be sustainable. Now I have a few other projects. I got a great podcast in the works called the Lolcow.
So hold up, hold the fuck up.
44,000.
So he's only hit that number because of this spike that took place over some period of time. Let's see, this is saying December 6th. So he had maybe a week or two of increase because of the Mike Klum documentary. What did I say? December. Yeah, we got December here. This spike is probably a couple weeks, given that June's here and December's here. So this is probably covering a couple of weeks where the spike is. If it was not for that Mike Klum documentary, this number would there would be a couple $1,000s off of this number. If it were it not for the Mike Klum documentary spiking interest in his channel, this number would be reduced by several $1,000s.
The last year, but
which gives us $3,724 a month on average, but we know a lot of that has to do with
how many?
$3,724.
I made about 44,000 in the last year, but
which gives us $3,724 a month on average, but we
that's low. For Boogie, $3,700 a month average is low. That's pretty for Boogie. That's pretty fucking low, I must say.
we know a lot of that has to do with
huge
that big
spike came from this latest documentary, right?
Okay, the documentary linked below. Mike's awesome,
and that spike absolutely will not be sustainable. Now I have a few other projects. I got a great podcast in the works called the Lolcow Podcast. We just made our 5th episode. It's profitable. I think that's.
And he's not making a whole lot of money from the Lolcow Podcast, from what I understand. Like I think Keemstar is like paying, he's making money in that Keemstar is paying Boogie's mortgage. Yeah, he's only making enough from the podcast to basically get by. And I've seen video footage of him on the Lolcow podcast where he's even not making, sometimes he's saying he's not even making enough to live by through the podcast. Like, he has so many times said he's not going to be able to pay for his insurance, even on the podcast. Is Wings still a part of it? I thought Wings might have left it. Hello, Taurus. How's it going? Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. Happy Friday, Taurus. Did you have a good stream? Did you have a good stream? Yeah, Sunset, basically, yes. Boogie is Keemstar's punching bag, essentially. Yeah, so Taurus and Raiders, welcome in. You caught us right at the beginning. We are doing a one big react for stream today. We are looking at Caleb Hammer, who does financial audits. We've watched a couple of these already. And on this one, it's a special one because he's auditing Boogie. Caleb is actually auditing Boogie. So this should be really interesting. Yeah, this was a year ago. So yeah, he might have still been a part of it. I'm not sure. I don't even know if he's still a part of it. Nature Extreme playing Cyberpunk. Okay, Taurus, have a great night. Have a great night. Have a great day. Have a good day at work, I hope. Thanks for coming by. Did they fire Wings last year, Moss? Okay. Like, I don't watch the Lolcow podcast. I don't give a fuck about Keemstar or any of them. I just knew that Wings was on it. I wasn't sure if he still was. And so that's all.
Going to be an income bringing. That's easily going to bring in probably $2,000 a month, I think, within the next 6 months. So that's going to be a nice lifeline. My YouTube numbers, I think, are going to settle at probably $3,000 a month. But if you look at my finances, if we've gotten into them, to be comfortable, $2,100 mortgage, $800 a month health insurance, utilities, bills, everything. I need about $7,000 a month to maintain my existing lifestyle, which I just don't think we can do.
Oh, well, trust me, we will get there.
And there is the key. To maintain my lifestyle, he needs $7,000 a month to maintain his lifestyle. What is the one thing that Caleb says to someone that was the one thing that Caleb... No, he needs $7,000 a month to maintain his lifestyle mechanism. That's what he just said. But what is the thing that Caleb tells people that come on his show that are basically living above their means, especially when it comes to their housing? What does he always say? Fucking move. Like, Boogie lives in a big fucking house. He lives in the equivalent of like an Arkansas mansion. And it's like, when he had supposedly like 700, like if Boogie had been smart, which, fucking Boogie, when he had like $780,000 in crypto, if he cashed out a big chunk of that, he could have paid off his house. Boom, $2,100 a month mortgage, gone. If he just pulled out a chunk of that crypto, he could have paid off his house. But he's like, nope, roll them dice, and lost it all.
Patreon, like, honestly, what's even the point? It's $122 a month.
I never.
Are you doing anything?
No, I don't.
On there?
No, I never promote it.
See,
no.
Okay.
Oh my
diversify
God.
some of the income stream here, we launched a Patreon. We did a budgeting program, but we didn't just do them as cash grabs. We actually thought of them as potential future business avenues. And the way that we did them is we put way more value into them than what we were charging.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And
So
this
my
actually becomes a
Patreon, if you go
thing.
and read it,
Yeah, Giggle Fingers. Yeah. If he sold his house and moved to a smaller house or rented, yeah, he could free up so much fucking money. So much goddamn money. If he just moved out of the house and either got a smaller house or just rented, that would alleviate a big part of his financial woes.
To them than what we were charging.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
And
So
this
my
actually becomes a
Patreon, if you go
thing.
and read it, it originally said, this is an AdSense forgiveness Patreon. If you want to give me $5 a month because you use ad blocker, please do. And that was all. I never promoted it. I never pushed it. I never.
If you Oh, okay. If you use ad blocker on YouTube, so therefore he doesn't gain the ad revenue. Okay.
For the
But
most
you have
part.
dedicated fans. You do
do.
have dedicated fans. You've gone from almost 4 million subscribers down to, or almost 5 million subscribers down to gonna fall below 4 potentially.
Holy what the fuck? Okay, kick mods. Be ready. Thank you to the holy shit amount of people that just followed. God damn. Thank you for the absolutely insane amount of followers. Way too many to list off here, but thank you very much.
Yeah, it probably will. Probably by the time this airs, honestly. There's a very real chance, yeah.
With that,
Don't think so.
There's clearly people that are still very dedicated boogie heads,
And I've
whatever
never-
you might call them.
I did ask these people for help like a year ago, and the internet publicly shamed me.
You've
right?
asked people
'Cause I
for help a
provided
lot.
no value. I mean, like one time I threw myself on I took a huge hit to my health, and I was like,
Yeah.
got really scared because these medical bills are starting to pile up. And this one time I came out and I'm like, hey, I really could use some help.
Wasn't there the oops? I just accidentally bought a $100,000 Tesla. Please give me money.
That was a bit. Like I never bought a Tesla. I never.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Bullshit. 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 I am calling bullshit on that. He wanted to buy the Tesla. He 100% wanted to buy the Tesla. And I'm thinking he actually put a down payment on it. Actually, I need to back this up a little bit because I missed a few things. He 100% wanted to buy that Tesla. And then I think when they quoted him what he's going to... Thank you, Hector. Hi. I think when he found out what the monthly cost would have been to finance, I think he backed out. That's my suspicion. It was not a bit. I think he legitimately wanted to get a Tesla and was counting on people paying for it, and people were not going to pay for it, and so he backed out. And then he tried to... Okay. And then he backed out, and he tried to play it off like it was a bit. That is what he tried to do. He tried to play it off like it was a bit. And it wasn't. It 100% was not. He wanted a Tesla and thought everybody was going to pay for it, and then he looked at what the cost would be and went, "Oh shit, I can't do this."
Might call them.
I did ask these people for help like a year ago, and the internet publicly shamed me.
You've
right?
asked people
'Cause
for
I provided
help a lot.
no value. I mean, like one time I threw myself on I took a huge hit to my health, and I was like, got really scared because these medical bills are starting.
Abner, you know what? You want to hear something crazy? He has actually lost weight from his original. From his original weight, back when he first started YouTube, he was probably twice as big as this. So believe it or not, he actually has lost weight, but it's not because of physical activity. He had gastric bypass, and there is a suspicion that he went on Ozempic to lose weight. The way he is not, he did like one token thing about weight loss. Hang on. So this doesn't keep playing forever and a day. I'm going to do that for the time being anyway. There was like a token, there was like a token, effort to try and lose weight. Okay, hang on. Thank you, DVP. You guys are on the ball. Thank you. And like when he did the boxing thing, there was an effort there, and he for I think the Mike Klum video, he did this token trying to pretending like he was gonna lose weight, but it was all for the Mike Klum video. He never followed through with it. So it's all performative to try and chin up popularity for his YouTube videos and for his stream. He also got like a treadmill that the first day he got the treadmill, he walked on it for stream, never used it again, and then on stream was actually asking, does anybody want a treadmill? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna, mods, if you would please, we're gonna switch this over to, we need to switch this over to, okay, we already did. Yeah, we're on subscriber only chat now. Thank you, Rygat, that's what I was gunning for. All right, so anybody legit in my kick stream right now? We are in subscribers only chat because looks like we've been botted. Unfortunately, we have been botted. So we are going to be in subscriber only chat for a little while until the mods can clean things up. So if you're not subscribed over on Kick, and you are a legit chatter, my apologies. But we've just been the victim of a bot attack. Although Brandon looks like you're able to chat, so that's interesting. But yeah, unfortunately, it happens. We've had it happen on Twitch. No surprise that it's happening over on Kick. So, it's okay. We'll deal with it. It's a sausage. I know you're not. We're on subscribers only. If you're subscribed, you're fine.
Starting to pile up. And this one time I came out and I'm like, hey, I really could use some help.
Wasn't there
it was, Derek,
oops,
yes.
I just accidentally bought a $100,000 Tesla. Please give me money.
That was a bit. Like, I never bought a Tesla. I never.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't get a Tesla?
No, of course not.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm driving a Toyota hybrid Corolla that I bought used for $20K.
Yeah, I saw the Toyota. I was like, did he get rid of his Tesla?
Never had one.
Never had one. So that's his internet rumor.
I mean, so I did.
No, it's not. No, Caleb. No. It is not internet rumor. She actually said on either one of his videos or on his stream, I'm buying a Tesla. He's actually said on his streams, please fund my Tesla. Please donate to me so I can buy a Tesla. He actually did that on stream. So yeah, he wanted a Tesla badly. Badly he wanted one.
I went with my friend McJuggernuggets to a Tesla dealership.
Mm-hmm.
He test drove, I test drove, right? He's like, I'm going to buy one. I hope you buy one. Let's look into getting you one. And I got this crazy idea in my head.
Yeah.
You know, it's showroom experience, right? I'm like, I'm going to get a Model X with the wing doors. And then I called my friend at the Celebrity Car Museum in Branson, check them out. And I'm like, how much to kit it out as a modern day DeLorean? And it's like maybe 10, 15, maybe 20. Let's put the money.
What? Did he seriously ask Tesla how much to kit out one of your cars like a DeLorean? Oh my! And by the way, I'm not entirely convinced that he's not making this up right now. Because If there's one thing that is a certainty, is that Boogie lies as easily as, well, I was going to say he lies as easily as he breathes, but considering his weight issues, his breathing is not all that great either, considering I think he has to wear a CPAP to sleep every night. But he is, yes, he is a pathological fucking liar. So you have to take everything he says with a grain of salt.
Into it, and I thought I'd have a cool show car, right?
Yeah.
We're coming off the back of Ready Player One. The DeLorean was all the rage again. Back to the Future anniversaries just happened. I'm like, this seems like a smart investment while I was in the showroom. And I got home and I put a $2,500 investment deposit down, and I'm like, crunching the numbers, looking, I'll spend $50,000 today on a down payment.
Yeah.
I'll loan out the other 50. This is a stupid decision.
It would have been aggressively stupid. I'm so glad you didn't do that.
Yeah. So
Now, I'm also going to guess, yes, he did not buy the Tesla. My guess is he did not come to the conclusion of this is a stupid idea. My guess is someone else looked at what he was doing and gave him a gib slap and said, stop it. You can't afford this. Fuck off with this shit. He didn't come to this decision by himself. Boogie is a man-child. He would have gone all into this. I'm guessing someone from the outside slapped him upside the back of the head and said, no, bad Boogie. He is not smart enough or self-conscious enough to have made this decision to go, I shouldn't do this.
I am so glad you didn't do that. That was one of the scariest things that I thought I heard.
But at that point, why not just play?
Drowner, excellent point. Maybe he was going to go forward with it, and when he and the deposit he put down bounced. That is an excellent point, Drowner. That could have happened too. That he was all in, went to put in the deposit, the check bounced, and Tesla went, well, fuck off with yourself. Absolutely possible. That is absolutely possible.
So
I am so glad you didn't do that. That was one of the scariest things that I thought I heard.
But at that point, why not just play the character?
Is
right? At that point, just let the internet do what the internet's going to do, right?
Yeah.
I didn't expect front page of Reddit.
Fuck you, Boogie. Let the internet do what it's going to do. Blaming everything on everyone but himself. Taking no accountability for himself whatsoever. Of course.
Just let the internet do what the internet's going to do, right?
Yeah.
I didn't expect front page of Reddit. That was wild. And to this day, I think it's still fascinating that people think I bought that car. I can't believe you thought I bought that car.
I thought you bought that car.
And the worst part about it is, and anybody out there, like, if you want to buy a luxury car, buy a luxury car. I don't think it's
okay. I've got to say this because it's bugging the shit out of me, so I have to say it. Chat, are you seeing the level of fucking dandruff on his shirt? Boogie, this was a bad choice. This was a bad clothing choice. I have to say something because all of this dandruff and like beard hairs all over his shirt is fucking distracting to me right now. I have to fucking say something. It's very distracting to me.
a smart decision. But if you're going to buy a luxury car, don't buy a Tesla.
What's wrong with Tesla? I'm considering getting a Tesla.
They're so expensive for repairs. If someone dents that vehicle, they know it's a luxury car, so they make sure they upcharge you every chance they get. If you want to go the fastest possible speed, there's a fee to unlock that. It can do it. It's just a software governor. They charge you to let it have the ludicrous speed. Like,
this is true. And it's not adjusting the top speed. We saw Lewis's video about this. Yesterday. Lewis talked about this. And it's not governing the top speed. It's not governing the top speed. It's governing the acceleration speed. And Lewis talked about this. He pointed out that Tesla does do this, that they basically paywall the kilowatts for they paywall the kilowatts that can be fed into the engine. But it doesn't govern out the top speed. It just governs out the acceleration.
it's one of the worst money things I think you can make. I've routinely
cars
made
in
fun.
general. I mean, unless it's like a beater that's getting you from A and B, or just safety measures or room for family, everything beyond that starts becoming a want.
That's why.
So luxury vehicles are okay if they're,
That's when I bought the newest car I've ever owned was this hybrid.
Yeah.
And it had one previous owner. And I bought it just before all the prices went crazy. So I got it for 21,000. I wanted to build credit, so I put 12,000 down. I loaned out the rest.
You still all on it?
I think maybe 1,000 or 2,000. It's in the neighborhood of not very much.
Okay. Facebook, $76 comes in a month. Again, what are we doing there? We're just posting some clips and just nothing's happening, or?
No, this is Meta
money
PCs.
from Facebook?
This is a sponsor that I have. We get 5%.
Wait, what's it?
No, this is Meta PCs. This is a sponsor that I have. We get
That's a PC company. Oh, and the fact that they're probably no, it's not. He just specified it's Meta PC. So it's a PC company that without a doubt is banking on using the Meta name to drive business.
5%.
All right.
Yeah, we get 5% of the sales that we make in a month. So some months it's low like this, $76. On a really good month, it's maybe 300.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's keep going through the income.
300. A Boogie sponsorship nets him on the high side 300. And how truthful is he about that? How truthful is he about that? Eh? How truthful is he about that sponsorship? And how much he makes of it?
Which, again, not... For some reason, I would have thought you were doing better on Twitch.
And here's the thing. It's because, number one, I don't stream as often as I like.
Why?
I get very anxious.
Fuck. $328 on Twitch. That's it. That was 1 month, and I'm guessing this is a high side. Chat. Straights. I can in 1,000,000% confidence say I make more money than Boogie on Twitch. By a large fucking margin. That is, my guess is it's not donos. This would probably be a combination of ad revenue if he receives any, subs and bits, and if he has like something like Tangia, which works off of bits, Tangia. So, no, Rhyme, I would guess that he's partner. I would guess when he started on Twitch, he was able to accumulate enough of an audience that he was able to make partner. Possibly even partner plus. But even like this, wow, this is bad. This is really fucking bad. In conjunction with his YouTube average. In conjunction with his YouTube income, he's making less than $4,000 a month between YouTube and Twitch. Because he said he was averaging something like $3,000 a month. And this is his Twitch average. Why, that is bad. And yes, this is all before taxes. That's another excellent point, Garrett. That's an excellent point. Hang on. Hold up. I gotta do some quick math. Because Boogie is undoubtedly not doing what I do, which is every month when I get my revenue from Twitch, I dump 20% of it into a separate account specifically for taxes. So he's making, we'll average it out, say he's making $3,500 a month. Okay? If he was to put aside taxes for that, we won't even need to assume, like the sub counts, it's between subs and bits. Don't forget, it's subs and bits for Twitch. But if we take his YouTube revenue and his Twitch revenue, average out, you know, I'll be generous. I'll say he makes 4,000. Okay, I'll be generous and say between Twitch and YouTube, he's making 4,000. Okay, and then taking away from taxes, he's basically making $3,200 per month between Twitch and YouTube. If you were to take 20% aside, if you were to dump 20% of the total revenue between the two, setting that aside for taxes, he is only taking home 3,200, not 32,000, 3,200 per month. That's bad. For Boogie, that is horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible. And no, Boogie is in no way, shape, or form responsible with his money, Brian. You are absolutely correct.
Just doing it. Most of the bad things that I ever said, I said on Twitch, right? Yeah. And it's because I have this, trying to totally break character with you here. I have this very Andy Kaufman-esque character. Also that, and I'm an idiot. And so I will.
Oh, he's going to try and blame it on Francis. Oh, he's going to try and blame it on Francis. Oh my God. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with the Boogie lores, back in his early YouTube days, Boogie would create this character of Francis. And Francis was supposed to basically be like the angry gamer caricature. It's like he was supposed to be like this angry gamer that was always like yelling about something and like smacking himself in the head and just being basically a fucking schizo, realistically. And that actually garnered him some popularity when he did that character. Because there was a separation of like, okay, that's his character, and then the real Boogie was supposed to be like this really sweet guy, but then the lines between them started to blur, and people started going, maybe Francis was the real Boogie, and the nice guy was just a persona. Kind of like the whole thing of Bruce is not really Bruce. Batman is the real him, and Bruce is the masked. It's kind of like that. And it's so he's trying to blame the failure on embodying the Francis character. But then he's also saying I'm an idiot, and now we're dovetailing into Boogie also has a shame kink. Boogie, like there's been speculation, but 100% Boogie has a shame kink. He likes basically being shamed. He essentially gets off on being shamed, calling him, basically punching down up. Like, you know how when I was talking to you guys at the beginning of Strange Thing, I was talking about how I was feeling about myself, how I was feeling down on myself, and then I reminded myself of you guys and the stream, and I immediately was like feeling better because you guys make me feel better. With Boogie, he likes punching down on himself. He likes feeling bad. He basically gets off on feeling bad about himself, or other people talking to him like he's a piece of shit. He is constantly saying like, I'm a horrible person, I'm a piece of shit, I don't deserve everything, and basically playing the victim. He gets off on playing the victim. That's what he does. That is like part of his brand.
Character with you here. I have this very Andy Kaufman-esque character. Also that, and I'm an idiot. And so I will either push the...
And Caleb's not buying... Look at that. Caleb's not buying any of it. He is not buying any of this victim personification or self-depreciation. He's not buying any of this.
Either push the edge because I grew up on Andy Kaufman, Sam
Matt Taz, he's talking about the entertainer Andy Kaufman. He did it because Andy Kaufman basically, which is disingenuous because Andy Kaufman sort of, no, you're not stupid, Matt Taz. Not everybody knows about Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman was an entertainer, and Andy Kaufman was one of the OG trolls. That is who Andy Kaufman is. Andy Kaufman would troll his audiences. One of his biggest trolls was Andy Kaufman held a concert where people were expecting him to do his shtick, do characters and stuff like that, and he spent the entire show reading it might have been like Moby Dick or some like classic piece of literature. He just spent the entire show just reading this book. Completely completely dead tone, not making fun, just like that was all he did. There was no comedy, no nothing. And so like that's an example. He was basically one of the earliest trolls in comedy. A pro wrestler is a stretch, Mike. That is a stretch. He did it for he challenged women, okay? He wrestled against women. So calling him a pro wrestler is a stretch to say the least. But anyway, so that is what Andy Kaufman was. Jim Carrey basically did there was a movie that Jim Carrey starred in as Andy Kaufman called Man on the Moon, and it was about basically it was sort of like a biopic, although I'm sure there was some fictionalization there, but there was like Jim Carrey played Andy Kaufman in like a biopic called Man on the Moon. If you're interested in seeing it. It's a good movie. Jim Carrey does a fantastic job embodying Andy Kaufman. So if you're interested, you can see that movie.
That and I'm an idiot. And so I will either push the edge because I grew up on Andy Kaufman, Sam Kinison, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Andrew Dice Clay. I love shock humor.
No. Fucking no. Dude, you are not Richard Pryor. You are not Sam Kinison. You are not fucking Andrew Dice Clay. No. You are not Andy Kaufman. You are none of those things. The fact that he's even trying to say, like, that's who I'm trying to be, no.
Listen to shock humor still to this day.
Mm-hmm. But people didn't like it when you did it.
No, then it is they like it coming from a shock jock or a shock comedian, not the person that some people branded as the Mr. Rogers of YouTube. You can't do that. Bob Saget did it, but I'm no Bob Saget, right?
So why we do it then?
Stupidity. Okay. It just, but on top of
there
that,
we go.
If you watch one of my live streams, I mention donations, subs, stuff like that, maybe once in a 2-hour stream, because I've never, against the character I play, against the reputation I have, I don't like crowdsourcing.
But you refuse.
So that was a fucking lie.
Dude, I've seen the story. I've seen clips from his streams where he is begging for money. He begs for money on stream. I saw one clip where I think he opened up his stream with someone asking him, how's the crypto market? And he goes, how's the crypto market? Not great. I will take your donations today. I will take your subscriptions today. Like, he is constantly begging he begs for money on stream more than fucking Frogan. Okay? He begs for money more than Frogan. And she's begging for money every month to pay her rent. So that should fucking tell you something. Mike, is that what his average stream time is? A 2 hour? Boogie's average stream time is 2 hours? Is that really what his average is? 2-hour stream. Really? As a reminder for anybody at home on YouTube that is watching this when I put it out over the weekend, My average stream time is 5 hours, and I think I'm not streaming enough. That's my average, is 5 hours. And I wish I could do more. Yeah, good question. For anybody that may have looked, how often does he stream? Yes, and I have a job. That's correct. I also do an 8-hour job before stream every day. YouTube videos, this may be, in fairness, the YouTube video, this may make 4 or 5. Well, Garrett, that's why I started it early. Hey, okay, Janito, I do not endorse his streaming at your job. I do not endorse this. You do what you gotta do, but I do not endorse his streaming at your job. But, yeah. So, yeah, he streams like 2 hours, and I think, like, he puts, like, no effort into his YouTube videos either, I don't think. Like, he puts the most minimalistic effort into making his YouTube videos. He probably spends, like, maybe 2 or 3 hours making his YouTube videos, and he's done. And I think, from what I understand, for the most of them, it's basically just him whining into a camera. Okay, Zeb, watching streams while you work is different. I do the same thing. I freely admit I watch like videos or movies or streams while at work. I do it too. But Kinito said he's streaming while at work. Naughty, naughty.
To get a job, and you need money to survive.
I don't like crowdsourcing.
But you refuse to get a job, and you need money to survive.
It's less of
so you have to do something.
It's less of refuse and more that I just don't know if I could.
I do.
That is a fucking lie. Oh, that is a motherfucking lie. If you've seen the Mike Klum video, you know what I'm talking about. He went to an occupation headhunter during the Mike Klum video. He went to a headhunter to see, like, I think Mike Klum actually set him up with a headhunter, and he went in and sabotaged the fuck out of his interview with the headhunter. He was saying, like, oh, I don't really have any skills, and if you Google my name, it might come up that I'm a predator, and, like, I can't do this, and I can't do that. Like, he did everything he could to sabotage the interview, and the headhunter actually called him out on it and said, are you actually taking this seriously? Are you, like, trying to actually be this serious, or are you just fucking with me? She wasn't flabbergasted, Garrett. That was the fashion coordinator who was flabbergasted. The woman interviewing him for the headhunting called him out and said, "You're not taking this seriously, are you? You don't actually want to get a job, do you?" And so she saw right the fuck through him on that one. So it's not that he couldn't go get a job. He doesn't want to work. He's basically gotten high sniffing off of his own YouTube farts, and has spent so much time, like, basically living off of YouTube that he does not want to get a regular job. My guess, he probably thinks that that a regular job is beneath him. Yeah, he also claimed he's in the porn industry, and yeah, she was calling him out on all this shit. He does not want a regular job. That's what it boils down to. He's so high off of his YouTube farts that he thinks he is above the plebs doing a regular job.
I have good news about that, though.
Yeah.
You're not going to have 4 million subscribers for long, so you can get a job now. Sorry, buds.
Oh, that laugh.
I mean, that's not something I would actually ever say.
That laugh right there, that is the laugh of him hiding his pain. He only laughs like this when he's basically trying to hide the fact that he basically just got bitch slapped. That's when he laughs like this, is when someone actually calls him out on his shit, and this is his attempt at hiding it / evasion.
Sorry, buds.
I mean, that's not something I would actually ever say, you know.
Merch. People aren't really buying your merch.
Yeah,
for God's sake.
I mean, I don't know. I'd take $20 free a month, you know, for selling the product.
I get it as well, but when I start seeing people on this show, especially business people, who are just so scattered in different pots, and little's coming in here. So it's not adding up to much. Instead of, again, this is what I was going to start bringing up with Twitch. Like you say, oh, I'm not really on there much. And, you know, things have been consequences from what I've said. And then I'm feeling anxious about it. Then I'm just like, okay, we're done with Twitch. Done with Twitch. Who even gives focus all in what we know can be the revenue builder all time.
Which continues to be YouTube ads.
Yes, it does. This is absolutely the biggest number that we have seen here so far. Now, would I be able to, they're not going to be able to see it, but would I be able to see the studio app?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think I showed you a screenshot.
Yes, there's a couple things I'm curious about. Private for my eyes only, not for you. Okay.
His views.
What I'm mostly curious about, I want to go lifetime. So, dude, okay, this is what the revenue looks like. YouTube revenue starts, right? Because, you know, obviously, first of all, when YouTube started, it's just,
I mean, the first 3 years, first 3 years I started on YouTube, there was no partner program. Partner program didn't exist.
So we go like, and then just trickle to where we are today. Is what your graph looks like. That scares me.
Yeah, I had like 2 good years.
Yeah. Boogie's YouTube channel has not been significantly profitable for years. I'd say his YouTube channel has probably not been significant. It's probably been this low, like what we saw earlier. My guess would have been for the last 2 years, 2 to 3 years from when this video was made. Bearing in mind, this audit happened 1 year ago. And I'm guessing his YouTube channel fell off about 2 years prior to it. And he saved nothing. He invested nothing. He just spent, because he was under the erroneous belief that this would last forever. And to someone that was asking before, yes, he is like 51 or 52. Well, Sausage, he's barely been able to maintain his mortgage. Barely. And that's why he's not homeless. He is basically getting by ever since he started with the Low Cow podcast. Keemstar has been paying his mortgage every month. So that's why he's not homeless, is because Keemstar is paying Boogie's mortgage every month for him to be on the Low Cow podcast. So that's why he's able to stay in his home and barely scrape by, because the mortgage is taken care of by the show.
If you look at the 17-year history, I had like 2 really good years.
You've made $1.3 million. Incredible.
In 17 years, which comes out to what per year?
I know, but that's still an
incredible
incredible amount of money. Well, not a public math guy.
Yeah.
What did I say, 1.3?
Yeah.
Over 17? 17 was when you started earning? Or
15 would have been when I started earning.
Yeah, $86,000 a year. Well, I mean, you're above the median household income.
I'd be out of disability, which is what I was on when I started the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's, bear in mind, that's average over the lifetime of his YouTube revenue. Keep that in mind. What he just said, $84,000 a year, is the average of the lifetime of his YouTube ad revenue. It is not the average of the average for the last couple of years has been about under 40,000, based on the graph that we saw earlier. And yes, Mike, basically, Keemstar is Boogie's sugar daddy. Boogie is Keemstar's whore. Boogie will do whatever Keemstar tells him to do. He has literally called Keemstar Daddy Keemstar. In a very pathetic video where I forget if this was the cancer thing or if it was something else entirely. It was him fucking up a storyline with Mudahar, where not on Boogie's show, he got into a beef with Mudahar. It was a big old thing, and that was supposed to be a storyline that was going to come later. And he royally fucked up, and Keemstar basically sent him voice messages, ripping the shit out of him. And Boogie made a video sent back to Keemstar where he was literally on his hands and knees saying, "I'm sorry, Daddy Keemstar." He literally said those words. He literally called Keemstar Daddy Keemstar. Oh, yes, Mike, it was very gross and pathetic. But Boogie gets off on that. It was absolutely fucking pathetic, but that's what he gets off on.
You're above the median household income.
I'd be out of disability, which is what I was on when I started the YouTube channel.
Yeah, absolutely. But this managing money correctly and not spending a lot of it on prostitution would equate to us having at least a little bit of money now.
Well, again, to address that important part of the doc, number one, those numbers are rounded up. Mike admitted that those numbers are rounded up and adjusted.
No. Oh.
So that was a fucking lie.
The numbers are what Mike had to figure out because Boogie would not give him accurate numbers. Boogie just threw a bunch of numbers at Mike Klum, and Mike had to figure out what was spent on what. He didn't inflate shit. He just had to figure out how the money was being allocated because Boogie wouldn't tell him that. He just threw him dollar numbers at him and said, yeah, this is what I spent. And Mike Klum had to figure it the fuck out. And yes, Akira, he spent buku bucks on hookers. He spent a shit ton on hookers. And I think like half the time, the quote-unquote hookers were not hookers, they were sugar babies. He was like really fucking proud of doing this thing called like sugaring. And he was like hooking up with sugar babies and buying them shit, and they wouldn't even fuck him. Most of the girls that he paid for didn't even fuck him. He just bought them shit and just they looked attractive. Yeah, it was basically rent a girlfriend. Effectively speaking, Garrett, yes. That is effectively speaking what it was.
Secondly, the majority of that money was spent traveling. And I went to the Game Awards. I went to Disney. It was still a huge waste of money. But I think if we're dropping character.
The Disney thing, he spent a fuckload of money going to Disney. He loves going to Disney. He spends a crap ton going to Disney so many fucking times. And going to Disney is not cheap. The flights alone, I don't know, I'm not sure how much the cost of a flight is to fly from Arkansas to LA. Someone can figure that one out. But then the cost to get into Disney alone is not cheap. I've been to Disney. It ain't fucking cheap. The cost to do anything in Disney, buying stuff, buying food, whatever, that sure as fuck ain't cheap. Disney in and of itself is a money sink for people. Like that's why like families only go to Disney. That's why once upon a time, kind of still is, a family going to Disney was a big deal because you had to basically spend an entire fucking year saving money specifically to go to Disney. You had to basically do a year's worth of saving for 1 5-day trip to Disney. It is not fucking cheap, and Boogie goes often. So yeah, he sank a lot of money into that.
I think if we're dropping character, and I think if we're being genuine here, I think I tried to get a travel.
Wait. Hold up. Say that again, Boogie.
Dropping character, and I think if we're being genuine here.
So you were, quote unquote, in character and not being genuine up to this point for the last almost 17 minutes? You're not supposed to be in any kind of a character right now, Boogie. You're supposed to be being honest and genuine. What character have you been playing from the very start of this audit?
I think I tried to get a travel channel off the ground and try to do what my friend Jacob the Carpetbagger and Adam the Woo do. And I thought people would watch me go to Disneyland,
Akira.
right? I'm a big fat weird guy trying to do this, do that. Turns out they did not want to watch me do that.
So if you contributed of the 80 whatever that you're making on a monthly basis, 20% on a monthly basis, which is like just very basic recommended, contributing to just the standard stock market, 8% return, being a little more conservative there from beginning to end, up years, down years, all combined 8%.
Sure.
Over the course of the 15 years.
The only time I went to Disney was a school trip, high school marching band, 2016, and the school I went to only went once every 4 years.
And I bet your parents probably had to put some money into that too. Did those school trips? The parents need to put in some kind of money for that for you know, any school group to do that. So it still wasn't free. Your parents still had to put up some money for that, I'm sure. Like $27K for a week on a trip to Disney a decade ago. Fucking hell. Yeah, travel, lodging. I totally forgot about the lodging. You know he booked hotels at the fucking Disney hotel. So that was another couple grand that he had to pay for that. Oh yeah, there's a reason why I said families literally save for an entire year for a trip to Disney. It's expensive as fuck. And nowadays, it's like a family going to Disney is like a once every maybe 5-year event. It used to be like once a year. Now it's maybe once every 5 years.
$17,000 a year would equate to almost $500,000 now. Now, obviously, we continue and just let that continue to compound and hopefully throwing more things in there. We could have gotten you to a point where, you know, mid-60s retirement. What scares me now? I'm not going to talk about the age thing, like whatever. This is financial.
Well, man, I'm not making it to mid-60s. Let's just be honest.
Oh,
God, he's doing this. Oh my God. He's already going into the fatalistic bullshit. He does this all the time. All the fucking time. He does this where he's like, oh, I'm fat and I'm unhealthy and I'm going to die, but, you know, I'm going to die before I reach my 60s. He does this all the fucking time. All the time he says that he's not going to live to make it to his 60s. Yet he does absolutely nothing to try and improve his health. No, it's not suicide baiting, Squeaky. It's not. He is not explicitly threatening suicide. That is not what he does. Boogie is very unhealthy. He is very unhealthy. He has a whole host of mental problems, yes, but physical, medical issues that stem from his weight. Let's not fuck with it. It stems from his weight, and he has developed some chronic issues, but he has done nothing to try and alleviate them through clean living, exercise, healthy eating, nothing. And what he does is he keeps spouting out this fatalistic bullshit, saying, I'm going to die young, trying to elicit sympathy. He does this to elicit, he 100% is, all he does is try and get people to be sympathetic with him. He is, oh, poor me. Like, then it's become a shtick, is the poor me, pity me, I'm such a pathetic piece of shit, don't you pity me. He gets off on other people's pity. And that's why he's like a permanent victim. Why it's kind of tails into that like kink shame. Is he loves it when people pity him. And hopefully Caleb calls that out on this shit, but he does this to everybody. I'm not making it to 60. I'm gonna die before I hit 60. Doesn't all the time.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. Yeah. I'm not talking about the, I know a lot of people want to, okay. This is financial audit, not dating audit. So, she's going to live longer than you.
Sure.
You guys might get married, maybe.
Sure, probably.
What do we do when you're...
God, and when he does go, she is going to be a fucking babe in the woods. Like, all the videos with his girlfriend and I guess now fiancé, she's not capable of surviving on her own. There's like, if you guys have ever seen, those of you that have seen the Mike Klum video, excuse me, you guys know she is not mentally and emotionally capable of taking care of herself. She is mentally, she is like a child. His girlfriend, Desi too. She is mentally basically a child. She's not going to be able to survive on her own. And the way the two of them met was like through fucking trauma bonding. always a great step for a healthy relationship. But she is like, yeah, when he finally does pass, at whatever age that might be, God only knows how she's going to be able to take care of herself. Because I don't know how she'll be able to survive on her own. Because I don't think she is mentally capable of doing it.
You're no longer here and you've left nothing to a widow.
Well, my process has always been, when I met her, without getting into her personal history
Basically,
too much, this
David.
is not necessarily the place for it, but when I met her, she was struggling with severe social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
She was struggling with
that is the theory. That has been the running theory, is that he has been grooming her. Because leave us not forget, when they met, he was like 50 and she was like 18. That is the age gap between them. There's something like a 40 or 45. There's something like a 40 or 35 or 40-year age gap between him and Desi. That's the extent of the age gap between them. She was like 18 when they hooked up. He's like in this interview, he's I think 51, I believe. I believe he's 51 in this interview. Maybe this might have been when he's 50. But yeah, there's like that level of an age. Oh yeah, there have been plenty of people that have basically said that he's a predator. There have been jokes about him basically trafficking Desi. But yeah, there's like a massive age gap. And when they hooked up, she was incredibly young and incredibly inexperienced. And she basically is like, I don't know if she's the first guy she's ever hooked up with, but it's like she was immature for her age, and I don't believe there's been any improvements since then. So, yeah. Yeah, it was something like that, Garrett. Yeah, like there's like when Boogie first started his channel, she was basically barely a toddler when he first started his YouTube channel. That is the level of age difference between them. It's fucking disgusting.